everybody. Dave Brown at ringside. With all these folks, we're ready to go with USWA Championship Wrestling. What a day we got coming up today. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert will be in here in the opening match with Sam Bass Lowe as manager in the corner. Lawler and Dundee team and tag team action coming up a little bit later on. We will have our second look at Cody Michaels. He's got quite a match today against Sheikh Abdul Hussein, who he will also, I'm sure, have Herbie and probably Downtown Bruno in the corner with him talking about the Sheik. Then Nightmare Danny Davis will be here going against Dirty Doug Gilbert. Another fine pairing. Should be a very interesting single match coming up here. And then before the whole day is over, we've got a six-man tag team match scheduled. On one side, you got the Dirty White Boy, Joey Maggs, and Nightmare Ken Wayne. On the other side of the ring, you got Wild Side Chris Champion and the new kids, Brian and Tony. All that coming up. You stay with us. We'll be back with the opening match featuring Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Jamie Dundee when we return. Our opening match here today against young Jamie Dundee. Well, there he comes right here with the Southern Heavyweight title around his waist, that crown that he carries, and well, Sam Bass Lowe with him too. Eddie Gilbert.
This is a great day, Dave Brown. You know, everyone's talking about the Memphis Mafia all around the area. All the talk is the Memphis Mafia, the king with his Memphis Mafia. First off, I want to make the announcement that I went out. I didn't hire Sonny and Red to be my bodyguards. I've got the bodyguard. Black Magic today is officially my bodyguard.
So you're making him your bodyguard. Are you not going to fight your own battles anymore? You're going to let him do that or what?
Dave, how long have you known me? A long time.
Long time.
I fight my own battles. And speaking of the Memphis Mafia, today is a very lucky day in the life of one young wrestler. If I can get him out here right now, Joey Maggs, this is a great day for him. Come on out here, Joey. I've been watching his matches. I've been watching how he's coming. He's really got some fight into him now. He really fights good. You fight great now, Joey. I just want to tell you something. First off, Maggs, that's not your real name, is it?
No, it's not.
What is it?
It's Magliano.
Magliano. Well, how about, Joey, if you become part of my Memphis Mafia? I'd love to have you in it. And I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll call you, show him his jacket, Joseph. From now on, Joey Maggs is not Joey Maggs. He is Joseph Magliano, okay? Part of the Memphis Mafia. It's a great day for you, isn't it, Joey?
Eddie, me, a member of the Memphis Mafia? This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. God.
Well, it's a great day for me, too. I got Black Magic on my side, Joseph Magliano, Ken Wayne, Doug Gilbert, the Dirty White Boy, Sam Bass. The list goes on and on. The list also goes on and on when you speak of Jerry Lawler, of Bill Dundee, and then you want to get to his little pipsqueak son, Jamie Dundee. Well, Jamie Dundee, I want to tell you something, son. I'm a second-generation wrestler just like you. There's a lot of us here. And I just happen to lead the pack in second-generation wrestlers. And today, you are going to get the lesson that many wrestlers want to teach you. You are going to get the lesson of a lifetime. You are stepping in the ring with the man, the Southern Heavyweight Champion, the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight title. And until Jerry Lawler or Jeff Jarrett or Bill Dundee decide they want to do something about that and get in the ring with me for a title match, or even Brickhouse Brown, I don't care. Anybody who wants to get in the ring, nobody can argue the fact that I am the new king. So if they can get that Jamie Dundee on out here right now, I'll wrestle him in a match today.
Well, all right, here he comes right here. Jamie Dundee.
That's a good idea. I'll tell you what, I'll put the Southern title up right now. That's
this is going to be a championship. Well, yeah, that really is. That's really very nice of both of you, Sam, for you to suggest it and for Eddie Gilbert to agree that this is a championship match. Better be careful with a kid like Jamie Dundee. He may upset you. Jamie giving away lots of size and experience, a tremendous experience he's given away to Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. The belt's on the line, Sam. That's right. It's a Southern Heavyweight title match thanks to the generosity of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. He's put the belt on the line against Jamie Dundee. Jamie, a youngster, Hasn't even been in the business that long. He comes in with that youthful enthusiasm, and his father has given him some of that enthusiasm, where he steps in the ring and thinks he can beat the world. Youthful enthusiasm is a great thing, but it's hard to overcome the experience and also the tactics that somebody like Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert is capable of using. There's Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Referee Jerry Calhoun making sure everything is all right. Jamie Dundee ties it up with him in the middle of the ring, goes for a headlock. Eddie Gilbert forces him back to the rope. Into the ropes he goes. Oh, Jamie Dundee leaps over, hits Gilbert with a drop kick. Gilbert kicked back to the ropes. He grabbed the ropes. He's able to stay on his feet, and boy, he is upset now at the move Jamie Dundee put on him. Sam Bass Lowe, Eddie Gilbert's manager. Boy, Gilbert has really taken this king thing. He's got the crown, claims he's the new king, calls the group of wrestlers that he surrounds himself with the Memphis Mafia. And not only that, that is the warm-up robe he had, was a hot pink. The robe, and I'm thinking back many years ago when Jerry Lawler first became the king and was acknowledged the king by the wrestling fans of this area. One of his favorite outfits was that same color of pink. So Eddie Gilbert, obsessed with the idea of being the king of wrestling in this area. He can claim it all he wants to. He hasn't done it yet. Jamie Dundee picked up by Eddie Gilbert. Off the ropes. Jamie again leaps over him. Oh, Jamie hits the mat and hurts his knee. Dundee down on the... Oh, look out. Eddie Gilbert seeing the opportunity. My goodness gracious. Wraps that leg around the ring post. Sam Lowe is up on the ring apron, trying to keep referee Jerry Calhoun from seeing what's going on. The referee counting on Eddie Gilbert to leave Jamie Dundee alone and get back in the ring. The king, says Eddie Gilbert. There's Jamie holding that right knee. When he leaped over, he landed wrong on that knee, and Eddie Gilbert immediately went to work on it. Eddie Gilbert going for the weakness. Picks Jamie Dundee up in the air. A slam, and Jamie bounces off the mat, grabs the knee. This time he moves out of the way. Good move by Jamie Dundee. Jamie trying to fight back. He's using that fist. He's holding that knee. Whoa. Oh, Jamie. Look out. Sam Bass, Sam Lowe nailed him. He hit him with a fist. He got him in both knees, both the left one, and then he realized the right knee is the one that had been hurt, and for good measure, the figure four. I don't see how Jamie is going to continue here with a figure four. He's not giving it up. Shoulders are down. Yeah, there's a count of three. Jamie Dundee, boy, what a beating he took here today from Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Jamie came in with ideas of defeating Hot Stuff, and boy, that would have moved him right up the ladder of contention. And then Eddie Gilbert and Sam Lowe said, hey, let's make it a title match. Well, in that case, Jamie would have been the #1 contender for the world title. Kid his age. But it was not to be. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, say what you will, and we've said a lot, and we'll continue to say a lot. But he just overpowered the youngster and demonstrates a couple of the reasons why He is the Southern heavyweight champion and the #1 contender for the world belt right now. The winner, Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert. We'll take a break. We'll be back. We got Lawler and Dundee teamed up when we come back here. Stay with us. Hey, there's one of our very young fans with us today on USWA Championship Wrestling. Hope they are all enjoying what is going on so far. We got plenty of action coming up. We got the King and the Superstar coming out in tag team action. Right now, I've got Eddie Marlin with me. Eddie, we want to take just a couple of minutes here to run down the top 10 contenders for the world title. This has become a staple of our championship wrestling show to let the fans know who stands where in the top 10.
That's right. It's really getting interesting now.
Boy, it sure is.
Real interesting.
And with Renegades Rumble coming up this week, there could be some changes in the top 10.
That's
so
right.
Let's take a look at it right here. Number 10 on the list is Dick Murdoch. Murdoch hanging in there. He has been in the top 10 for weeks and weeks and weeks, and Dick Murdoch still number 10 in the USWA top 10 contenders list. And we may not have the list on the screen there, but we can run them down right here. Superstar Bill Dundee back in the top 10.
That's right, Dave. And you know, looking at his name there, and you're going up to the top of the list, there's a couple other names, Jeff Jarrett and Jerry Lawler. You know, it could be that one of these three would have to face one another to move up in the ratings, and you know what kind of battles Lawler and Dundee's had all along.
Oh, man, over the years.
That's, like I say, it's getting real interesting.
That's very true. Yeah, okay, there's Bill Dundee, number 9 in the top contenders list, and that is interesting. The partners here today, Lawler and Dundee, could end up going against each other somewhere in the very near future. Number 8, Paul Orndorff, still on the list. Number 7 is Terry Gordy. Number 6, Ricky Steamboat. Well, Steamboat has been moving up very slowly, but he's hanging in there in that top 10 list and has expressed an interest in coming in and having a shot at the World Unified title. Bam Bam Bigelow, number 5. I don't think we have to say too much about
Dave,
him.
that name right there makes me glad I'm not in this top 10 list. I can just sit back and watch guys like that.
Instead of having to face him, you're absolutely right. And the next one, too, Dr. Death Steve Williams, number 4 on the list. Then the top 3, Jeff Jarrett. Jeff, of course, had the Southern heavyweight title until Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert won it from him by, well, whatever means it took for Gilbert. Yeah, he did win it. As a result, Jeff is number 3 on the list of contenders. Number 2 is the King, Jerry Lawler, the number 2 contender for that World Unified title, which he held and held for so long and so well. And the number 1 contender, of course, is always the Southern heavyweight champion, and the holder of that belt is still Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. So he's still the number 1 contender for the belt, which is, of course, held by Terry Funk. So that's it, Eddie.
That's it. And, you know, Jerry Lawler's right there in number 2 place. I don't look for him to go down any, but I sure expect him to move up.
I think you're exactly right. Mr. Gilbert should keep that in mind when he's out here claiming that he's the king and talking about the Memphis Mafia and all of that. The top 10 list. Again, Eddie Gilbert still the number 1 contender for Terry Funk's belt. Eddie, thanks very much for checking that.
Thank you, Dave.
You got a pretty good match book for us coming up here with the King and the Superstar coming in.
Anytime you put those two together, you got something going.
Absolutely right. Here comes Jerry Calhoun right now. We're set to go to the ring, and we'll be underway with this tag team match. Coming out here right now, we got Sergeant O'Reilly. We saw the Sergeant for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and the Dark Shadow with a white mask on. That's kind of interesting too. Out here, set to do battle with very tough competition. Doesn't really do him justice. Here, I guess we can just say the Superstar Bill Dundee and the real King Jerry Lawler. They step up onto the ring apron right now. It's a 1-fall 10-minute time limit match. Jerry Calhoun, the referee, will be keeping an eye on things, and this one should be a good one as Lawler and Dundee together as tag team partners. Lawler with a crown in hand. And Dundee over with a word to his fans. Little conference where the bell sounds. Dundee's going to be starting for his team. Sergeant O'Reilly will start for his. And we're underway with tag team action on USWA Championship Wrestling. Thanks for joining us here today. Mighty glad to have you with us. Sergeant O'Reilly finds himself flying through the air. He's into the ropes. Whoa. The superstar nailed him with the upper arm. I mean, he came in close to him. And when O'Reilly popped off the ropes, Dundee was right there about 3.5 feet away. And it's brick wall time. O'Reilly fired into the ropes. Both of them waiting. Lawler and Dundee jumped him over the back. Lawler with that smash, with that doubled up right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 times. As the crowd was counting, Lawler rammed Sergeant O'Reilly's head into the turnbuckle. Jerry says, what about it? Snaps him down. Now Lawler on his feet, drops down with that right hand again. Tag made, and Bill Dundee comes in as Lawler's picked up Sergeant O'Reilly. Dundee with a knee. Flips O'Reilly down to the mat. Works that left arm. This one's been going on for 1 minute 40 seconds. But if you ask O'Reilly right now, he'd probably tell you he's been in there for at least an hour and a half. O'Reilly off the rope. Dundee up with the right hand. Leads him for, well, I thought he left him for Lawler. He says, here, right on the side of the chin is where you want to land. Count of 1, 2. That's it. Well, I don't think they left any doubt about which is by far the more powerful team. Lawler and Dundee, the king and the superstar, put it together for a victory. And quite a victory it is, too, over the team of Sergeant O'Reilly and the Dark Shadow. Well, Lawler and Dundee, there they are saying hello to their fans. And, well, they didn't work up much of a sweat with that one. They were just totally in control. Bill, congratulations. You guys look terrific in winning that one here.
Well, thank you. Hey, I'm just glad to be number 9. I'm glad Renegade put this on because number 9 really don't mean nothing in the top 10, brother. It's a long way from number 9 to Terry Funk. So I'm back in single action, and I got to get back up that ladder. So I'm just glad to see Bill Dundee's number 9, this Renegade Rumble or whatever they call it, all over the place. You know, you wrestle 3 or 4 times a night. If you win, that puts you up the ladder. That's what it's all about. So Eddie Gilbert, you shine up the Southern Belt because the King wants it, the superstar wants it, and Terry Funk, one of us, coming to get you.
All right, Bill Dundee. Jerry Lawler, I know you're number 2 on the list, looking not only to be the number 1 contender, but the champion again.
Well, you know, that's exactly right. That's exactly what we're all looking for. Everybody wants to get a shot at first of all, the Southern Heavyweight Championship. Then that gets you a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. But like Bill said, the important thing is the opportunity to, when you in these Renegades Rumbles, the opportunity to wrestle more than once a night is really something that we look forward to. A lot of people, you know, it's a funny situation. A lot of people say, especially guys like Bill and myself that have been wrestling a long time, they say, don't you guys ever get tired of wrestling? You know, been doing it for so many years and that sort of thing. But the truth of the matter is, just like, I mean, you saw, how long was that match right there?
It was about 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay, you know, 2 minutes. Even you know, like you go to the arenas, your actual match, the actual wrestling time might be only maybe 15 or 20 minutes. So, you know, of course, like you said, you know, you may spend 20 hours getting to and from that match that takes 20 minutes, but the actual wrestling time is very short. So we look forward to an opportunity to get to wrestle more than one match a night, and that's what the Renegades people are providing with these big Rumbles. It's also going to be an opportunity for the fans to get to see a lot of great matches. They're going to be taping them for ESPN and the syndication around the country. You know, sometimes 15 matches in one evening. It's going to be some great action. But like Bill said, if you can win not just one, but maybe win 3 matches in a night, it's a great opportunity to move up that ladder. And even getting like a win over Eddie Gilbert, whether it's a title match or not, even though they say that the Southern title holder is the number 1 contender, if he won't put the belt on the line and you get a win over Eddie Gilbert, I think that would put you in line just as well as whether it was a title match or not, you know. So that's what we're looking for, is to get to beat Eddie Gilbert every chance we get, and that should, I think, in the eyes of the people that put together the top 10, that should be able to move you ahead of him, wouldn't you think?
Well, it makes sense to me that if you beat the number 1 contender, you are then the number 1 contender.
That's exactly what we're looking forward to doing. So, Eddie Gilbert, Punk, get ready, because that number 1 spot, when you're going to find out, you may like it for a while, but you're going to have all of the rest of the wrestlers scratching, clawing, fighting, biting, kicking, just trying to get to you, punk. And then because you are the one that needs to be knocked off before we get to Terry Funk, who, by the way, I just checked last night. He's in Japan. He's got the Unified World Heavyweight Championship belt over in Japan right now, and he's going to be over there for about 11 more days. And he's already defended the belt twice over there. He's hung on to it, and I'm just, believe it or not, it's a weird thing. I'm pulling for Terry Funk that he doesn't lose any matches over there and that he still brings that belt back and remains the champion, because we want a shot at him as soon as he gets back here.
That's true. You don't want to have to travel to Japan to get a shot at the belt.
Right. All right, Bill. Hey, okay.
Very good. All right, the Renegades Rumble's coming up. Be looking for those, and as Jerry said, hey, they may get a chance to really move up in the ratings if they can wrestle a couple of times a night. More about that coming up a little bit later. We'll be back here with more action. Stay with us. Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum, there are lots of special things going on. Maybe the most special thing of interest to you fans I will save for just a couple of minutes, but a special announcement coming up that you will find most interesting about Monday night. All right, several of them. First one, 7 o'clock is the start time because there are 14 big matches. That requires the early start so we can get all the action in. 14 big matches on the Night of Champions, Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. And make a note now, you see it flashing there. The special start time is 7 o'clock. Opening match of the night, Cody Michaels. We'll have Cody here a little bit later on today. We saw him for the first time last week. He will be going against Joseph Magliano, it is now, according to Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, who made him a member of the Memphis Mafia today. Magliano, or Mag, says it's the greatest day of his life. Well, he'll be going against Cody Michaels Monday night in a single match. Then, a light heavyweight title match coming up here as Ken Wayne will be going against Danny Davis. Ken, of course, the longtime holder of that belt. These two are former partners. We've been over that a bunch of times. They'll be facing each other with a belt on the line Monday night in the Night of Champions. Then, going to be Dirty Doug Gilbert climbing in there against Wildside Chris Champion for yet another single match. Brickhouse Brown will be going against King Cobra. That ought to be a good one. Big Lou will be back in there. Big Lou Winston goes against Jamie Dundee. Then it'll be Jeff Jarrett going against Sheikh Abdul Hussein. After that, we'll be looking at Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tiger, against the superstar Bill Dundee. And as Bill said, he's number 9 on the contenders list. He'll be looking to defeat Jeff Gaylord so he can move up in the action. Then Black Magic. Well, Eddie Gilbert said he's hired him as his bodyguard. Well, Black Magic will be in there against the King in a single match. Then it's going to be Cody Michaels coming back. He starts off with Joseph Magliano early in the evening, but he'll be back to go against Dirty White Boy. It'll be quite a tough night for young Cody Michaels going against rugged competition in both matches. The New Kids, Brian and Tony, will be in there to go against Joseph Magliano and Ken Wayne in tag team action. Looking forward to that one, too. Dundee and Champion, Bill Dundee and Chris Champion, will team up to go against the New Live Crew. But that is not it. We've got more matches. A World Tag Team title match. Jeff Jarrett and Danny Davis team up to try to take the belts away from the champions, the Dirty White Boy and Dirty Doug Gilbert. The World Tag Team titles will be on the line. Then, the Southern Heavyweight title will be on the line. Eddie Gilbert has agreed that this will be a championship match. Brickhouse Brown, in order to get the championship match, though, Gilbert has made him promise that if Eddie Gilbert wins, Eddie Gilbert gets the services of Sweet Georgia Brown, not for a week, not for a day, but for 30 days. 30 days is a mighty long time. And Sweet Georgia Brown, I'm sure first thing Gilbert has in mind is washing the car and, you know, maybe driving him to and from matches and all that sort of thing. Sweet Georgia Brown at stake on the Brickhouse Brown side of the ring. And Eddie Gilbert says he will make it a title match, and if Brickhouse can defeat him, he will be the new Southern Heavyweight Champion. That, of course, would change the rankings, too. That would move Brickhouse Brown from not even in the top 10 at the moment all the way up to #1 contender if he can beat him. So that should be interesting. But that's not all. The final match of the night, a return 6-man tag team match. Explosive rules will be in effect. Lawler, Jarrett, and Dundee will be going against Black Magic, Doug Gilbert, and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. 14 matches in all. What a night. Good pairings on all of them. and it's going to start at 7 o'clock. Now, I promised you fans a huge announcement that you'll be interested in. There will be special reduced prices. Why? Because it's the Renegades Rumble, and the Renegades folks have said, hey, we'll subsidize part of this. Let's give the wrestling fans a break. So the special ticket prices for the Renegades Rumble, $5, $4, and $2. I don't think you'll find better entertainment value much of any place. So go ahead and make plans to bring the family down to the Mid-South Coliseum for a super night of action beginning at 7 o'clock with special reduced prices of $5, $4, and $2. It's the Renegades Rumble, and it's Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. Brickhouse Brown and Sweet Georgia Brown coming out here right now. Rick, I know you are going to want to comment not only on getting a shot at the Southern Heavyweight title, but also the stipulation that you had to put up.
First of all, let me just say one thing right now. I've always been against the odds. The only way Eddie Gilbert had enough guts to give me a title shot, I had to put up my sister for 30 days. Now, you got to be a fool living down here thinking I'm going to give my sister up for 30 days. You better have Scotty beam you up, because you're going to be in a world of trouble on God's good earth when I get a hold of you Monday night, sucker. And let me tell you something else right now. Sister, don't you worry, because you ain't going nowhere with that skeezer for 30 days.
Eddie Gilbert, I know I have confidence in my brother, and he's not going to give me up for 30 days. And if you know, I know, look at me, baby, because I know you've never had a good woman like me, and you ain't used to it. And furthermore, listen, because I'm going to tell you straight. You used to that dirty white girl, the low-budget tramp. But I'm going to tell you, don't even think about it. Believe that.
And I just want to let all the people know right now, because it's time to get buck, Posse. And listen, I want to introduce my man right now, Trigger Man and Buzz Ski Showboy. Yeah. What's happening, brothers? I know y'all had a successful concert down there at Studio G, and you're here in Memphis enjoying the good lifestyle that we showing you right down here right now.
Love it in Memphis. Very, very hospitality. And I just like to say peace, Memphis, and thanks for all the good stuff y'all doing for us out here.
We love it. We love it in Memphis. We love it. Check it out. Our story starts in a town that was not tame. There was no law, things were insane. In order to survive, you had to be mean. Our story starts in notorious Queens. Two gang leaders bound to meet. The ultimate conclusion, one's defeat. They rule their turf with an iron hand. Bucks can.
Still D Trigger Man.
Hey, yo, check it out. If anybody ever jumps in the ring with our partners, Brickhouse Brown and Sweet Georgia Brown, all they gonna hear is rat-a-bat, rat-a-bat, rat-a-tat, boom. We gonna see y'all at Studio G.
All right, there they go, Brickhouse Brown. Stay with us. We've got more action to go. King. Want to find out what he thinks about the situation as around wrestling and his opponents and all sorts of things like that? Well, if you do, here's a number you can call. You can call Jerry Lawler's hotline. The King's hotline is 1-900-654-5464. 1-900-654-5464. Also, not only do you find out from Jerry what's going on and his opinion about various things, but it also has a very interesting feature where you can leave a message for the King. The King's hotline, 1-900-654-5464. Hey, we got some action coming up right here with young Cody Michaels stepping in. We saw him for the first time last week. Cody Michaels will be going against Sheikh Abdul Hussein. There comes Cody right here. Now, here comes Downtown Bruno. And here's the Sheik waving the flag of Iraq. Oh, my goodness. Tojo Yamamoto also in his corner. Tojo carrying the kendo stick and that little Persian rug, that little miniature Persian rug. The Sheik waving that flag, citing the crowd. Downtown Bruno over here with a microphone in his hand.
Yes, sir. I'm over here to join you, Dave. Give you my expert commentary.
Please don't overuse that microphone if you don't mind.
Oh, overuse it. The only way I can overuse it is by drowning you out because you say some ignorant things. You know, you are a good commentator, Dave, a real good announcer, but you're all the time accusing Tojo Yamamoto and the Sheik and myself of cheating. And that really makes me mad, Dave, so I'm out here to sort of counteract your biasness, your negativity towards the internationals in downtown Bruno.
All I ask is that you and the fans keep an eye on what's going on with Tojo, the kendo stick, and I would ask that you, if you're going to be a commentator, stay over here and not getting involved in the action here. Cody
There. He
with
jumped
a
him
flip
before the bell. He jumped him before
on
the bell.
the Sheik.
Dave.
No,
That's
I
against
think
the
it was
rules.
the other way around. I think it was the Sheik that tried to jump him from behind here. Cody Michaels watching all of this stuff that he goes through with that little ceremony and everything, and he got a little steamed about the whole thing. So,
well, Dave,
the
you know,
Sheik.
there's a whole lot going on in the USWA right now. You got the big Renegades Rumble, the Renegades Rampage going on. Sometimes we're going to have wrestlers wrestling 3, 4, 5 times a night. A lot of action, trying to fight their way to the top, trying to be the #1 contender for that heavyweight unified championship of the world. And you know, that Sheik Abdul Hussein, is one man that's definitely in line for that. And he's out here right now trying to show the world exactly why he's one of the greatest wrestlers in the USWA, as you can see.
Well, Sheik Hussein, no doubt about it, he has credentials. He had them when he came in here. We didn't know a lot about him, but we found out about him real quick. Cody looking pretty good right now. I got to say, though, if you had a favorite in the match, and I hate to say this with you standing here, Bruno, but I would have to say that Sheik Abdul Hussein is the favorite to take this one.
Without a doubt, Dave, without a doubt. You know, the Sheik has wrestled all over the world. He's beaten thousands of opponents over the years. And Cody Michaels right here, from my hometown, by the way, Pittsburgh, PA, trying to steal my thunder here in the USWA. He doesn't have a chance. As you can see, good, big suplex right there by the Sheik. Cody Michaels, really, he's a good young competitor, but he doesn't have a chance. He's not in the same league as the great Sheik from Iraq.
Well, I would say he doesn't have a chance. But there, the Sheik throws him out. All right, you watching this?
No, what are you talking
Watch
about?
this, Bruno.
Watch what? Where? What are you looking at?
Now, I don't have to accuse anybody of cheating. You see it right there in color.
I sure do.
On
Cody
your
tried to
television
attack Tojo.
set. Cody thrown out of the ring by the Sheik, and Tojo Yamamoto attacks him with that kendo stick. Jerry Lawler is out, telling the referee, hey, keep an eye on Tojo. They're watching monitors, and Lawler saw what happened. Count of 2. Cody almost counted out.
Dave, Lawler obviously can see that Cody doesn't have a chance in the whole wide world to take on the Sheik
Well,
and beat him.
he doesn't have a chance if Tojo's beating him up with a kendo stick, and he has to battle the Sheik in the ring.
Well, first of all, this isn't any of Lawler's business. He ought to be back in the dressing room where he belongs. He doesn't belong out here with this match. He does not have a manager's license, I'm sure of. And by the way, the only reason Tojo was doing anything is because that no good Cody tried to attack him just to be a big bully. And it makes me mad to see him attack my good friend Tojo.
Count of 2 on Cody. He was able to get that shoulder up at the last instant. Oh, he's still in there against Sheik Abdul Hussein. Hussein backs him into the turnbuckle, pops him. I think he used the fist. He did. He's got it doubled up, and he's got it taped up.
Those are chops, Dave. Come on now. Don't you know the difference between a chop, an open hand chop, and a fist?
Look at Cody rolling down. Count of 1. Yep, that's all he can do.
Yeah, he had him by the tights, Dave. See that? The only way Cody can do anything against the Sheik, it's obvious, is the cheek.
He did not have him by the tights. He rolled him out. If he'd had him by the tights, he would have been able to hold him for a 3 count.
Oh, Dave, why do you say things like that? Come on
Because
now.
I was watching. All you got to do is watch television, Bruno, and you can see these things. You see what you want to see. Cody coming over. Oh, I don't guess you saw Tojo trip him either, did you?
No, I seen the man trip and stumble over his own 2 feet. I didn't see Tojo trip him. Tojo wouldn't do such a
reached
thing.
out and tripped him. Cody
See what I
Michaels
mean,
hits the
Dave?
match.
That's why I stand over here and commentate with you, because you're so biased against our side. It really hurts my feelings, Dave.
The only reason I'm biased against your side, and I'm not really biased against your side, but as I try to call it down the middle. All right, Lawler tripped
Hey,
Hussein.
at least you saw that. At least you admit it.
Well, he's just
Lawler's
getting
looking.
even.
Hey, he's got him by the tights.
Cody got the shoulders down.
Hey.
Count of 3. He got it.
Hey!
Cody Michaels. Cody Michaels gets the win. Jerry Lawler raising the hand of Cody Michaels with the result of the match. And Cody has got himself a victory. And the referee says, did Lawler trip him? And the crowd says no. Of course he did. But he did it after Tojo Yamamoto had interfered in the match at least 3 times previous. to that. Here's Danny Davis. Danny is happy. Boy, what a great victory here. Good to see you, Danny.
Good to see you, Dave. You know, ever since Nightmare Danny Davis came to the USWA, seems like everything has happened. I stepped into a hornet's nest. From the very first week, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert has come out here, and he tried to get me to leave my fans. He tried to persuade Danny Davis to join forces with him. He wanted me to turn my back on these people that made Danny Davis. Well, I just wouldn't do it. He offered me a lot of money. I just wouldn't do it. I came back to see my old ex-partner, Nightmare Ken Wayne. You know, maybe I shouldn't have trusted Ken Wayne. That day, a couple of weeks ago, we had a tag team match for those titles. But little did I know that Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert had gotten to him. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert offered Ken Wayne money. Ken Wayne sold me out, and Ken Wayne sold each and every one of these fans out. Well, let me tell you something. I thought I'd found another friend, somebody to take Ken Wayne's place. And I thought that man was Joey Maggs. Well, little did I know that Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert had another dirty trick up his sleeve. He reached down in his bag of dirty tricks. He found some more money, and he offered it to Joey Maggs. And now I see Joey Maggs has turned his back on me and also turned his back on these people that would have made Joey Maggs a champion. Now, let me tell you something. I don't care what it is. I'm here because I like competition. I like for it to be tough. I don't like to be stabbed in the back by you, Eddie Gilbert. I don't like to be stabbed in the back by you, Ken Wayne. And I don't like to be taken advantage of by a young, snot-nosed punk who is now a member of the Memphis Mafia. Well, let me tell you something. I am championship material, and that's what I'm here for. I don't care if it's with Jeff Jarrett as the USWA World Tag Team Champions. I don't care if it's with Nightmare Ken Wayne in the light heavyweight champions. Brother, all I can say is I called a man right here, Cody Michaels. I've known this man a long time. I know his true colors, and I know he won't turn his back on me.
Cody, great victory here today.
Well, thank you very much. I'd like to thank these fans right here for getting behind me 100%. They're great. It's the greatest fans in the world. You know, I heard a lot about the USWA. I heard about people getting run over by cars. And I heard about fireballs and people going through windshields. You know, and I talked to Danny Davis. He said, brother, this is the place to be. The USWA is the best wrestling.
It's it.
And I got a chance this past week to go to Louisville and Evansville and a lot of the towns and meet a lot of the people. And I just want to thank everyone for coming out and getting behind me. And I want you people to know, when I'm out here, I'm going to give you 110% always.
All right, very good.
Thank you, Cody.
Could be an interesting team coming up right here. Danny Davis and Cody Michaels. We've got six-man tag team action coming up later today. Joseph Magliano out here right now. I see you've got that light heavyweight belt in hand. Danny Davis has got a match scheduled here against Dirty Doug Gilbert. He's going to have enough trouble against Doug Gilbert. We'll appreciate it if you guys will stay over here and out of the action. Huh?
Now, have I ever jumped in when I wasn't wanted, Dave?
Well, I don't know if I want to answer that question or not. I can't recall a specific incident, come to think of it, but...
And I didn't jump in, did I?
Yeah, well, let's just don't do it today. How about that?
Oh, so what are you trying to say, Dave?
Dirty Doug Gilbert.
Okay, I got it
Sam
now,
Lowe. Yeah, boy, everybody's proud of those Memphis Mafia jackets, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
I see
man.
both of you. You and Joseph have both got your Memphis Mafia jackets on here.
Memphis Mafia is #1, babe.
Well, another member of the Memphis Mafia, Doug Gilbert, in there against Danny Davis.
You got to watch Danny. He'll cheat in a heartbeat.
I don't know if you heard what Danny had to say a little earlier, but he was talking about the situation with both you and Joey Maggs, turning your back not only on him, but on the fans. And Danny, I think, is pretty well convinced that some money may have changed hands in there somewhere.
Well, as far as I go, I didn't turn my back on nobody. If you think about it, the fans turned their back on me. I'm not going out booing them, they're booing me. And in Joseph Magliano's case, he got with some winners and got away from Danny Davis. And as far as money changing hands, he's got good sense. That's the bottom line. He wants to be a champion, and he got with the man who made Danny Davis a champion, and that's me, the current USWA Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Well, I give you that. You do, in fact, have the belt, but I noticed that even though you tap danced around it, you didn't deny that you got money from Eddie Gilbert. Doug Gilbert hanging onto the ropes, and Danny Davis hits the mat. Oh, my goodness, that was a fist. Doubled up, hit him right in the forehead with it. Now it looks like he's choking him. Yeah. Referee is there saying, come on, you can't do that. Break the hold.
It was a nerve hold. Calhoun don't know what he's talking about.
Nerve hold. It was right across the throat, cutting off the air, right on the windpipe. If that's a nerve,
well,
he had a lot of nerve to do it. That's what.
Yeah, but it's effective, Dave.
Well, it is effective.
Yeah,
if you choke your opponent, you can get an advantage on it.
You know, I'm going to be defending my title against Danny Davis, and to show you how easy this match is going to be, right there's how Danny is going to look when it's over with, looking up at the lights on his back.
Danny Davis up in the air right now. Doug Gilbert. He's the bigger of the two. He's climbing the ropes. He's up on the middle rope. And here he comes, but there goes Danny Davis, and Sam Bass Low over the corner goes, ooh, that had to hurt.
Now Danny's fixing to start cheating. Look at him throwing fists. I haven't seen Doug throw one fist.
I have. Danny Davis.
Wanting to give him a pile driver or something. Look at him.
Oh, look out, Black Magic jumps in. He's got no business in here.
Go.
That's going to be a technical loss for Dirty Doug Gilbert. Yeah, I guarantee you somewhere back in the back, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert says, hey, Doug is in trouble. Send Black Magic out there. And now look at Sam Lowe with his boot off.
Yeah.
Double teaming Danny Davis, Doug Gilbert, and Sam Lowe, both working him over. While
Danny's
the bodyguard,
everything he deserves, baby.
The
Memphis Mafia rules. I've told you that. Ken Wayne rules. Now look.
Here comes Chris Champion. That's a little help. And there,
yeah, little help. You got that right. Very little help.
Well, I tell you, you even it up there at 2 against 2, and you see that Doug Gilbert and Sam Bass Low head out of here. Chris Champion there with Danny.
Look, there's Danny Davis's best move, laying flat on his back, baby, and that's the way he's going to be when he goes against me, because the Mafia rules, Ken Wayne rules, and now Joseph Magliano is going to be a champion too.
Well, we'll see what happens in that light heavyweight match with the Renegades Rumble coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be back here. Stay with us. Action coming up around the territory. For all you folks that are going to be in the neighborhood, we certainly urge you to be right at ringside, beginning tonight in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Jonesboro, Arkansas at the Earl Bell Community Center. Box office will be open at 3 o'clock this afternoon, so you can pick up advance tickets. 8 o'clock is bell time at the Earl Bell Community Center. That's on Church Street, right around the corner from the old place. Earl Bell Community Center, 8 o'clock tonight for championship wrestling action. Look at that lineup. Jerry the King Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, and the superstar Bill Dundee. What a night it's going to be. A super card in Jonesboro, Arkansas tonight. Friday night, November 30th, championship wrestling will be at the Lady Pacer Fieldhouse in Martin, Tennessee. 7:30 will be the time, KYTN night, and going to be free gifts there. Tickets are available at the university and the places that you see right there. You pick up your tickets in advance and you save $1. Talk about a card. There's another night of big action with Jerry Lawler. The Gilberts are both scheduled to be there. Jeff Jarrett, Bill Dundee, Dirty White Boy, a ladies match, Ken Wayne, all of them in Martin, Tennessee, Friday night the 30th. Friday, December 7th, West Helena, Arkansas. This will be at the old Piggly Wiggly building there. Lawler, Dundee, and Jeff Jarrett, well, they're going to be busy the next couple of weeks. They will be in West Helena, Arkansas on Friday, December 7th. Tickets are on sale for that one right now. And on Friday, December 14th in White Bluff, Tennessee, 7:30 will be the time at William James Jr. High. This to benefit the Donna Prince Fund. Tickets are available right now. That's White Bluff, Tennessee on Friday, December the 14th. Don't forget, Jonesboro, Arkansas. Earl Bell Community Center is the place. The action comes up tonight. Here's Eddie Marlin right here. Eddie, you got some kind of card in Jonesboro tonight.
Right, and I had to come out here and tell the people of Jonesboro, you know, you got Bill Dundee, Jeff Jarrett, the Gilberts. Very seldom that you can get Jerry Lawler on a Saturday night because he's all over the world in some of the major arenas. But tonight in Jonesboro at the Earl Bell Community Center, none other than Jerry the King Lawler be right there topping off the card.
Very good. King, you're going to be there tonight.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's the first time back in Jonesboro in a long, long time for myself. As Eddie said, a lot of times I book different places around the country, especially on Saturdays. And so we're going to be in Jonesboro tonight. And it's going to be a big, big night, I can assure you. Another opportunity, like I said, to get my hands on Eddie Gilbert. Also looking forward to seeing all the people up in Martin, Tennessee, and down in Helena. We're going to be all over the place, aren't we, Bill? Tell them about it, man.
We on tour, baby. We on tour. We going to the 7th of December. We're in West Helena, Arkansas, at the old Piggly Wiggly building. We're going to be in Martin, Tennessee, Friday night. But from 2 to 3, folks, in West Helena, I'm going to be at the C&W department store. If you want to buy a ticket off the Superstar, come on over today. 2 to 3 at the C&W department store in West Helena, Arkansas. I personally sell you the ticket.
Now, you know, also, just want to mention one thing. Thursday, November 29th, is a big, big day. That's the annual observance of the glorious arrival of the Magnificent One. Now, if you don't know what that means, it's my birthday. So that's this coming Thursday. So anybody want to give me any kind of presents, I'll be glad to accept them. You know?
Where are we going to be tonight, Jonesboro?
Jonesboro tonight.
Bell Community Center tonight.
That's right.
Very good. And the King's birthday coming up on the 29th. I'm sure the best present he could get is a couple of victories and move himself on up higher from his already #2 position on the contenders list for that World Unified title. Hey, we've still got a 6-man tag team match to go. Don't you be going away. We'll be back. Going Chris Champion and the new kids, Brian and Tony, over this way. Want to get a word from you guys as you head to this 6-man match here.
That's right, Dave Brown. Come here, Brian. Get up in here. Let's get in the camera here. I want everybody out there to take a look at the wave of the future. You're looking at the new kids, an up-and-coming team. They got the talent. They got the potential. They got the youth. But they're lacking one thing, the fire. And Wildside Chris Champion is here to give you the fire, guys. You guys remind me of a team way back. The new breed. We had the fire, we had the drive, and you guys got it now. I'm going to take them straight to the top. With me giving you guys, you know it. Tell them, Brian. Tell them, baby.
You know, we know that we might be small, and we're not as big as some of these giants right here, but we're going to start making a little noise here in the USWA. And with Wildside Chris Champion behind our back, we're going to do it.
Very good. All right, Brian.
Baby. We are the youth gone wild.
Brian and Tony, the new kids, Chris Champion in their corner. Add that veteran to the mix here, and you got a potent team, let me tell you, as they step up onto the ring apron right now. Already in the ring, Joseph Magliano, Ken Wayne, and the dirty white boy, Tony Anthony. Dirty white girl, Kim, is out in their corner. They hand those Memphis Mafia jackets out. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert has arrived. All right, we're set to go with a 6-man tag team match. Eddie Gilbert has joined us at the desk here. I suppose you're going to comment on this one, huh?
Sir, I wouldn't miss this match for the world.
Well,
hey, you see all these matches we've had here today?
We've had some tremendous matches.
Most of these
exactly
cheap
right.
rednecks around here would have to pay to see those matches.
Well,
and the Eddie Marlin's giving away free here. Getting to see Danny Davis against my brother.
Eddie Marlin has put some tremendous matches together for television here today. I hope you fans have enjoyed it. It has been good action, and still action to go. Boy, look at the participants here. Brian goes over and grabs Tony Anthony in a headlock. Look out, Anthony sends him into the ropes. Look at this, the new kid's waiting for him. They double drop kick. They doubled up on him, and they drop kicked him. Look at this, Brian grabbing Tony off the top rope.
He caught him.
Oh, Tony Anthony caught him. But then Brian was right there with a drop kick to put Tony Anthony down to the mat.
Now what's these new kids' names? I don't know.
Brian and Tony. That's Tony in there right now. As Brian said, they don't have a lot of size, but they've got the spirit. They've got that youthful enthusiasm we talked about a little bit earlier.
I know all the little girls go crazy for them too, I guess.
Yeah, they like them, and they're a good-looking tag team. They have a good attitude. I like their attitude coming in here, that they want to win the matches, but they have abided by the rules.
You don't ever say I got a good attitude.
You don't have a good attitude. You come in here with the rules violations and all of that sort of thing, and well, we saw you in the opening match.
Well, it's like
Jamie
my
Dundee.
Granny Davis always told me. I think I'll just keep that one to myself.
Well,
she said, win if you can, lose if you must, but always, always cheat.
Well, apparently you took it to heart.
Now I'm giving that away, free advice to all the youngsters out there.
Well, all the youngsters out there, don't listen to that advice, because it's a shortcut. You might get a victory in the short term, but in the long run, it's going to cost you. And Mr. Gilbert may, in fact, find that out. Oh, look at that move that Tony put on.
Wow.
The newly named Joseph Magliano. All right, you admit that was a good move.
Yes.
And it was not cheating. That was a good, clean wrestling
maybe he
move.
his tights there.
He didn't do it. He didn't touch him. It was a nice, clean move. Ken Wayne in there now. Ken holds the light heavyweight belt.
Now you see that Tony guy. Is that Tony, that new kid that was in there?
That was Tony that was in there.
See, he was scared. He got outside the ring when Ken Wayne got in there. Scared, ran over and tagged Chris Champion.
He wasn't scared. I mean, it's a tag team. You get your partner in there.
He's just like Jeff Jarrett, Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, all of them. They're all scared, especially when I'm around.
Chris Champion grabs a headlock. Ken Wayne backs him onto the ropes. Fires Chris across the way. Look at Chris grab him and reverse it, and Ken Wayne bounces off the mat. Boy, you talk about a drop kick.
Well, Chris Champion's showing that he can be a big guy for drop kicks, too. You don't have to be one of the new kids to do it.
Well, that's exactly right. Chris Champion can move. Of course, he had that super kick, too, that we have seen from time to time.
You think he knows a little bit of karate?
I think he does know a little bit of karate.
I think he's in love with that Steven Seagal.
I beg your pardon?
Movie actor, you know,
Oh, okay.
The karate guy.
All right.
Chuck Norris, whatever.
I follow you. I follow you. Look at Tony going there after Ken Wayne. Flipped him out of there with a monkey
Wasn't
flip.
that cute? He waved at the people when he went up for his monkey.
Oh, my goodness.
Smart move on the part of Ken Wayne.
Yes, it was. That's a veteran move. And that youthful energy, that's where that youthful energy will get you in trouble sometimes. Dirty white boy, Tony Anthony. Boy, Anthony saw that Tony was hurt a little bit and was slowed down, and he went after him. It was like a wounded animal. Tony Anthony goes after him with everything going. Blast.
You know, Dave, I don't let anybody in on our personal training or everything, but you know that the Memphis Mafia, we get together, we watch tapes. People may not believe this. We watch tapes. I watch tapes of Jerry Lawler. I was just watching one last night. We keep up with what's going on. If they got a weakness, we find it, we get on it.
Well, I don't doubt that. I can't take away the fact that the Memphis Mafia is an awesome group of wrestlers that you have put together. I don't like your tactics. I don't like your attitude. Tony Anthony saying, hey, is that the way you want it done? Look at Joey Mag.
All right, Joey. Joey's learning a lot. Joseph Magliano. Yeah. All right. All right.
Oh, look at him pull hair. Yeah, there's a Memphis Mafia tactic for you right there.
Well, I saw Tony pull hair a while ago, too.
I didn't. Ken Wayne coming in. That's a fist he hit him with. Had that right hand doubled up and caught him right in the rib cage.
Well, that was an open hand. All right. See Steven Seagal there, don't you? Yep. That's right, Tony. You talk about a high flyer. Ken Wayne is one of the most high-flying wrestlers there is around.
Yeah, he's been known to do it, especially back in the Nightmare days.
That's right.
Takes his legs out from under it. Tony Anthony drops down on him. Tony of the New Kids in trouble here.
What teamwork that was.
There's a cover by Tony Anthony. 1, 2. Oh, but Tony of the New Kids kicks out of it, and Dirty White Boy finds himself with a look of shock on his face.
We are to wrestling what the San Francisco 49ers are to football. The Memphis Mafia, #1.
Undefeated, are you?
Yeah.
Well, let's see how
#1
long.
contender, Southern Heavyweight Champion.
Tony Anthony. Doesn't look much like Joe Montana. He was reaching for a tag. Look out, everybody's in the ring. All 6 of them are in there.
Oh, my gosh.
Look at the action.
They're getting beat up. Do something, guys.
The New Kids and Chris Champion with the upper hand here.
See this Tony
No
go
doubt
there,
about
what a
it.
fist. These new kids can fight.
They sure can fight, and they're doing it. And they're winning. Brian with a good drop kick on Ken Wayne.
out of control
Tony of
here.
the New Kids throws Magliano into the turnbuckles, and Chris Champion over there beating up on Dirty White Boy. Everybody's still going at it. Kim, the Dirty White Girl, beside herself down here on the floor. She can't believe what's happening. Boy, Tony Anthony just nailed Champion. I didn't see exactly what happened.
Okay, this is when the years of experience will come in. Let's see what happens now.
This is when the dirty tactics may come in, too. Yeah.
We have a plan, Dave.
Yeah, I'm sure you do have a plan. And it may have something to do with what your grandmother told you, huh?
Yes. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Yeah. Tony Anthony cheating right now, using a doubled-up fist with Chris Champion pinned back on the rope. There's a choke by Ken Wayne. Look at Joey Maggs.
I guess the little girls at home probably screaming and crying for the New Kids. Oh, look at him.
Technical loss on the Dirty White Boy.
Shut up, Jerry Calhoun.
Joey Maggs and Ken Wayne. Oh, okay, foreign object in the ring. Foreign object in the ring.
What was that, Tojo? Foreign object in the ring?
Ken Wayne was using it, and the referee caught him with it. Hey, here comes Dundee and Lawler in.
Look at this.
That'll help to clean this up a little bit.
Interfering in the match that way.
They're just trying to help restore order, I think. All right, there's a belt wrapped around Bryant's neck.
I don't
That's
think
what
I
Ken
can
Wayne
stand by and watch this happen.
Well, sure you can. Now, you stay out of it. They're just trying to get everything settled up here. Oh, look out. Here comes Black Magic, Doug Gilbert, Sheik Hussein. Eddie Gilbert has pulled off that Memphis Mafia jacket, picked up a chair. He's headed into the ring. Oh, we got a ring full going on right now. My goodness. Eddie Gilbert runs that chair into the stomach of Chris Champion. Here's downtown Bruno. Yeah, he throws his hat over on the table. He's jumping into the action. How many we got in there? I lose count. It's about 12 or 14 of them, I think. A free-for-all on USWA Championship Wrestling. Dave Brown here at ringside. Try to sort it out for you as best we can, but it's tough with this many people in there. There's Black Magic, the mercenary, over on the far right. That's a chair. Did you just see Eddie Gilbert smash Bill Dundee with that chair? Now Eddie Gilbert, Doug Gilbert, Ken Wayne, and the Sheik. Yeah, Memphis Mafia rules, they say, as they are out of the ring. There comes downtown Bruno. He's jumping out of the ring. Oh, my goodness. There they go. Left in the ring, Lawler, Dundee, the new kids, and Chris Champion. We're going to check time, and we'll be back with more USWA action in a moment.